Hey Forkers, I'm about to do a 10-day smoothie cleanse. Come back and find out why the hell I'm doing this. It's the day before I start the detox. I decided to stop drinking coffee today. That was not a great choice. Although maybe future Jeremy will appreciate this. So I got them all prepped for tomorrow. I've got my spinach and kale and spring mix greens all ready to go. I got a shit ton of fruit. I got a whole bunch of frozen fruit ready to go. I got this detox tea. I don't even know what's in this stuff. Burdock, organic stinging nettle leaf, cleaver's herb, dandelion root. What is it? Burdock is traditionally used as herbal medicine as an alternative to help remove accumulated waste products from the body. That's what we're doing. Good morning. It's day one. I'm feeling great. I tried to sleep for 8 hours last night. I was mostly successful, except for one of our kids came in to complain about the other kid super early in the morning. But I got back to sleep, and I'd say I slept like at least 7.5 hours, which I'm a guy that often gets by on 6 hours, so that was great. I don't feel terrible from the coffee or lack thereof this morning yet. I did my weigh-in. I checked my waist measurements. Now I'm gonna make my detox tea and do some yoga. And then I make smoothie number one. All right, so this tea has been steeping for about 20 minutes while I did some yoga. Let's see how it tastes. Pretty simple. Yeah, I don't mind it. I can drink this every day. I have to drink 2 bags every time I drink this. And I have to drink it at morning and at night. So I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have my first 20 ounces of water. I'm gonna drink at least 64 ounces of water today. And then I make my first smoothie, which is a berry green smoothie. The one tip that I like that they do this, that I'll start doing with my own green smoothies after, is blending the liquid and the greens together at first and getting that into a nice mixture, and then adding your other stuff. That's a great tip. So I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I'll show you how much smoothie this makes and how it splits up over the 3 meals. So this is doesn't make quite as much as I thought it would make, but I think that's part of the deal. I tasted a little bit when I was cleaning up the blender. I like the taste of it, so that's a good thing. So anyway, let's go for smoothie number one, and we'll check in later. So it's afternoon. I just had a little snack of baby carrots and cucumbers and this zucchini hummus, that recipe I found that is approved by the JJ 10-day smoothie cleanse thingamabob. It's essentially just 2 zucchinis that I shredded up with half a cup of tahini, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 3 cloves of garlic, 1/4 cup of vegetable broth, 1/3 cup of lemon juice. Yeah. And half a cup of tahini. I think I already said that. And that's all it is. It's delicious. It was great as a nice topping. And I had that, and that was pretty good. The smoothie at lunch was delicious again. I really like that smoothie. I love the apple in it. I don't often put apple in my smoothies, so that was a nice touch. I haven't been tired or felt crappy for the coffee until the afternoon, and then I felt a slight headache, so I just had a quick Advil, and now I'm good again. I've had a bunch of tea. Been steady on the water like I'm supposed to, so far so good. So day one in the can, it wasn't that bad, honestly. I got a little hungry throughout the day, but I was able to have some snacks. For an evening snack, I had apple nachos, which is basically was just sliced up apples with cinnamon, peanut butter, and some tiger nuts. And that was it. And I've been okay. I had my detox tea, some more of that, and now it's like around 9:30 at night, and I'm, a little hungry, but I'm not starving by any means. So day one was all right. My headaches weren't bad at all. I had one little thing rising up in the early afternoon, so I took an Advil, and I felt fine afterwards. Day 2 and 3 are supposed to be the worst, so if I can get through those with no problem. It's the morning of day 2. I feel kind of amazing. I slept 8.5 hours last night, which I don't know when the last time is that I slept 8.5 hours. I feel amazing. My weigh-in was 184.4, which means I'm down 1.5 pounds already. Which, again, let's see how it goes over 10 days, but that's kind of crazy too. All right, onto my smoothie. Today's smoothie is an apple strawberry. It's apple, strawberries, and banana. Basically, with spring greens, some flax, and a little protein powder. Whoa, that's really nice. I just got a kick of like something. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna enjoy that. Hunger kicked in pretty hard around 2 hours after I had my morning smoothie. And I really tried to push through. I was like, I can make it to lunch, I did not. I had 1/2 ounce of peanuts and a Brazil nut, and it's still trying to do its thing. I don't think it's quite fulfilling the need, but it's only about a half hour from lunch. There's some birds over there in my air conditioner box, I think. Another headache came on, had another Advil. So that seems to be the worst part of it so far. My daughter actually asked me, what it's like to be on a smoothie cleanse? And I told her it wasn't bad. The smoothies taste amazing. The hardest part, I think, so far is the headaches, which I take an Advil for, and they seem to go away from the caffeine, or lack thereof. But the hunger part seems pretty manageable so far. And this afternoon, I was full right until about 4 o'clock, and then I got like ridiculously hungry. I was gonna try to fight it out until supper, but it wasn't happening. So I just had some veggies and some of the zucchini hummus, and that seemed to do the trick. I had a bowel movement this morning, which I'm super excited about, because I told myself that if I didn't have one today, I would do that saltwater flush, which I really, really don't want to do. Weight is down another 0.2 pounds, so not much, but there's a 1/2 inch off my waist, so that's an even bigger thing. I'm losing and toning in that area. So yeah, so far so good. I'm hoping the headaches are less or gone today, in which case I think the rest of this will be smooth breezing. That said, a lot of people reported that day 3 is the worst for them, but I wonder if that's because they didn't stop coffee early, so we'll see. I could live without this tea. It's not my favorite part of the cleanse. Morning smoothie was good. It was an apple berry type thing. It felt a little thin, so I was worried that I would be starving mid-morning, but it's 11 a.m., so far so good. I only have about an hour until my next one. I think I'll push through without any kind of snack this morning, which is good. I'm listening to my body. I was tempted for a minute. I'm like, maybe I'll have a handful of nuts. Then I said, do you really need that handful of nuts, or do you want that handful of nuts? I did not have that handful of nuts. It's about an hour before dinner, and I felt pretty hungry on my walk. I went for an hour walk with my dog. And so I decided just to have some zucchini hummus with a bunch of cut up veggies, and also some tiger nuts, 1/2 ounce of tiger nuts. A lot of people don't know what tiger nuts are. They're a nut. They might actually be a legume, but I think they're a nut. People are making stuff like ice cream out of them now because they're really naturally sweet. The problem with the tiger nut is when you first get it, it's a bit hard and chewy, so I really recommend soaking them for an hour or overnight before you eat them. What's amazing about tiger nuts is that they're really low in calories. They're the lowest calorie nut that I'm aware of. If you know of one that's more low in calories, please let me know. I think it's like 120 calories for 50 nuts. And it's a pretty nice little snack. I really enjoy them. And they're very sweet, especially when you soak them. It brings out the natural sweetness in them. They're a great snack. My family's still playing basketball right now. I'm having my tea. I'm scarfing it down because it's not my favorite thing. I'm gonna live through it. I think drinking it warmer would be good. I tried drinking it cold this morning. It was worse. Yeah, today's okay. I'm tired though. It's only about 7 o'clock, not even. And I played baseball with my son for an hour. I walked the dog for an hour. I'm tuckered out, man. Whew, I only had one snack today, right before dinner. Gotta go! Day 4. Feeling great. Didn't go to bed as early as I would have liked to last night because I had to do an episode of my podcast, Black Hole Films. Check that out on iTunes or wherever you check out podcasts. So, so I got to bed. I got a 7-hour sleep, which felt amazing and great, and it's still a good amount of sleep. I'll probably get more tonight. My weight was down to 181.8, which means I'm down 4.2 pounds since the beginning. So far, so good. Now I just have to wrestle down that tea and then try today's smoothie. Yesterday's smoothie was not my favorite. Oh, this morning we have peaches, mixed berry, apples, I think kale and spinach. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Here's a tip if you have a Vitamix. They don't come with these things, but Vitamix sells them on their website. My biggest complaint with the Vitamix was always that I felt like you lost some stuff at the bottom. This just helps scrape everything out in a really nice way. Can't remember what it's called. Vitamix Scraper? I don't know. They sell them online. I recommend them. Peach berry. Oh, that's really nice. Peach is a really nice change of pace. Oh. Got the mildest of headache this morning, so I'm gonna take an Advil. I could probably tough it out, but I don't want to. So I got a bit of a headache, but I'm muscling through because it's not too bad at all. I got a little peckish just around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's been almost 3 hours since I had my last smoothie. So I'm just gonna have a few carrots, a little bit of my zucchini dip with it, and like a little handful of walnuts. It's about a half an ounce. So hopefully that sees me through until my next smoothie. Learn to hack for the tea. Lemon juice, or freshly squeezed lemon if you got that, makes the world of difference. Some people on the message board said that they have a peach detox tea. I think it's a Yogi brand. I couldn't find that. I bought the only one I could find. Lemon, baby. Lemon makes a difference. So far my calories are under 800 today. It's like 770 something. Bonkers. Day 5. I had a very beautiful, solid sleep. About 7.5 hours. I feel great. I'm down to 180.4, which means I'm down over 5.5 pounds in 5 days, which is a hell of a lot more than that potato diet ever did, that's for sure. And I'm just shocked that I'm not hungry or cranky or more irritable outside of these mild headaches, but those are being diffused pretty easily. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting diet. It might become my go-to if I put on a few pounds from like the holidays and that kind of stuff. So far so good. After today, I'm halfway through. It's harder. I will say that like the one thing that's been hard about this is smelling the foods my family is eating. They've been really supportive and awesome about it. It's just hard not to sit and watch them eat stuff like pasta and a baked potato with beans on it and not be like, oh God, I want that. But you know what? I'm like another week from now and I'll be eating that kind of stuff again. So that's all I can think about. Eye on the prize, baby. All right, so this morning, day 5 smoothie, we got this peach berry spinach thing. Ooh, that's an acquired taste. The recipe calls for 3 packages of stevia as well. I don't put any sweetener in. This one might need it. So it's mid-morning, it's almost 11 a.m. I'm a bit peckish, so I'm gonna have a small, like a half an ounce of pistachios. Again, another nut that you can eat a lot of that are lower in calories, so it's kind of nice. don't really have much of a headache this morning, so that's good. 5 days in, finally. And then yeah, I'm gonna gulp down the rest of that smoothie that I do not love later on. But it's fine. Day 5, almost halfway there. So we are at the farm for the rest of my cleanse. So I pre-packed all of my smoothie stuff. And yeah, it's a little late for my dinner. I am definitely getting hungry. I had a few little snacky things before. I had like a couple of slices of apple because the kids were snacking on some, and some carrots and the rest of my zucchini hummus. But that's about it. My calories are under 700 today once I'm done my smoothie, and I'm fine. It's crazy to me. Day 6, halfway done. Weight 179.2 this morning, down another pound and a bit, so that's pretty consistent. I haven't had a bowel movement in a couple of days, so if I still don't have one today, I think I'm gonna start tomorrow with the dreaded saltwater flush. Fingers crossed I don't have to do that. So today's smoothie is this delicious peach mango banana number. It's pretty good. I like it. It's lunch. I really like today's smoothie. It is delicious. Just at the farm, we've been relaxing. I had a handful of peanuts and cashews for a snack earlier. Kids are playing on the zip line, setting up a ladder ball game thing. We're doing some tilling and gardening. It's a good day. I'm still shocked. My hunger is still pretty normal. No headaches today. Day 6, baby. Day 6. Hey, it's 2 o'clock. I'm exhausted. I've spent the day, or the afternoon anyway, early afternoon, tilling those 3 rows of earth so we can plant tomorrow morning. I don't have the energy to plant today. And I hauled these giant bags, these 8 13-kilogram bags, 2 at a time over here. So more workout than I think my body can handle on this limited amount of energy. So I think I'm gonna have a little snack. Normally I haven't needed a snack all week, but because I've been working hard today, I think I need a little one. I think I'm gonna have an apple. I haven't had an apple since the first day, outside of the smoothies, of course, and probably some more nuts. The nuts really help me boost up the energy. Yeah, and then maybe a handful of cabbage. I love cabbage. It's just a munch on cabbage. It's delicious. That's a wrap on day 6. It was a good day. Feel energetic, feel great. I am heading to bed having still not had a bowel movement. So I fear the dreaded saltwater flush is in my future. Cheers. What is a saltwater flush? Well, it's 4 cups of warm water mixed with 2 teaspoons of sea salt. That's supposed to be alkalinized, whatever that word is. And you can mix it with lemon juice to make it suck less if you want. And you're supposed to drink it as fast as possible. This is not for chugging. I forgot to say, you're supposed to do this on an empty stomach. Preferably at the very beginning of the day or the very end of the day, but I don't think you want to do it at the end of the day because you're in and out of the toilet a lot after. So it's a morning thing. I did it. It's done. And now we wait in terror. And then within 30 to 60 minutes, magic in the form of not magic is supposed to happen. Stay tuned for that. So it's an hour and a half later, and that saltwater flush is not taking effect. My stomach feels a bit weird, so we'll see. I still had my tea and my smoothie, which maybe I shouldn't have done. Maybe that affected it, but I had it after. I waited like a good half hour or so after I drank all the salt water, if not almost an hour. But then I was just in needing to move on with my day, so I had my smoothie and my tea. I don't know if that affected it or not, but we'll see. I have gardening to do, so I'm gonna try to garden and see if that gets interrupted. Cut to 10 minutes later. So pretty much after I stopped recording that last video, I had to go to the bathroom. It wasn't that bad. It was kind of like a regular bathroom thing, kind of a regular poop, for lack of a better term. The color was very in line with the kind of smoothies we've been having. Spoiler. They do say that you could have several bowel movements after this, so I'll let you know if that changes. Alright, so the flush was fine. I just had that one bowel movement and haven't had anything since, and my stomach doesn't seem to be weird, so it wasn't so bad for me. I'll let you know if that changes. I've been spending the morning gardening. We planted potatoes, tomatoes this morning. We've already got beets and cabbage and kale and celery and lettuce and so many things in this garden already. We have like 9 rows so far. We might do a couple more. We're lucky to have this area out in Kitchener, Ontario that's been in my wife's family for a long time. So we come here a lot, especially right now since the world is locked down. What better place to be for us? Nowhere. I'm out for a walk with Rufus, the wonder dog. Say hi, Rufus. So I was a little bit peckish, so I made a snack. I made it by thinking. I grated about 2 cups of cabbage with an apple, and then I made a little sauce with almond butter, a tablespoon of almond butter, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a splash of water. Mixed that up, tossed in 1/4 ounce of pumpkin seeds. It hit the spot in ways I was not expecting. Really delicious, quick little snack. I highly recommend it. Otherwise, I'm feeling good. Yeah, that's really the only snack I've had today. I chomped on a Brazil nut real quick at one point before I had my second smoothie. But that's so I could get my Brazil nut fix. Try to have one a day, because it's good for you. Oh. That guy was saying hi to me. It's day 8. So it's interesting, my weight seems to have kind of plateaued around 179. It's down yesterday. Yesterday was the same as the day before, and now it's down like 0.2 pounds, which is nothing. So with 2 days left, and then a check-in on day 11, just to see how the rest of it went, maybe this is it. That said, the one thing I will say about my weight having been staying the same, I am down another 1/2 inch. So in total, I started at 33 inches around my waist, and now I'm down to 31.5. So that's significant. So if I'm not losing weight itself, I'm definitely shedding fat. Today's smoothie is a combo of kale and spinach, apples, blueberries, and bananas. I like it. It's simple, it's sludgy. I don't put the stevia in. If I was at home and I wasn't on the cleanse, I'd probably throw a date to sweeten it up. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it a little bitter and tasting the greens. I've gotten used to it, so cheers. Got really, really peckish mid-morning. So I had a little snack of 1/2 ounce of pecans and a handful of baby carrots and snap peas. I like to mix vegetables with seeds and nuts, particularly seeds, though I have nuts here. I read somewhere that it helps unlock the extra nutrients and whatnot instead of greens and whatnot. These aren't like greens. Snap peas are green, but so whenever you're making a salad, toss some sesame seeds or pumpkin seeds on. It unlocks magical goodness in the vegetables, apparently. It's bonkers to me that that hunger has not been an issue on this whole 8 days. The only thing that's bothered me a little bit was the headaches from the caffeine. But I mean, other than that, it's kind of been smooth sailing. I'm really hoping what this does to me at the end is that it makes my stomach smaller in a good way, that I can just, start eating a small portion of a meal and then and then add more to it if I want more. I tend to have this bad habit where I just predetermined a portion and I finish it no matter what, because I grew up in a house where you were supposed to eat everything on your plate. And so I have the mentality now where I think the mentality I kind of want to create going forward is more make a bunch of something and eat a little bit of it. And if I want more, eat more. And if not, there's some for later or another meal. And batch cooking might be kind of the solution for me moving forward. And that I don't feel bad about not finishing it because there's too much to eat as the whole. I think that's the trick. And batch cooking saves time. Happy day 9. This is a shock. I stepped on the scale this morning and it's 173.6, which means that after hovering at 179 for 2 days, I shot down 5.5 pounds overnight, which is bonkers to me. So considering I was 189 the day before I started this thing, I am now down over 15 pounds on this. And even if you want to say where I started from, which was the morning of day 186, I'm down 12 pounds, 12 and a half. This is bonkers to me, this whole thing, how well this is working. This morning's spinach has mango, strawberries, an apple, and a whole bunch of spinach. You can see in this clip here where you can watch like the fruit mixing in with the pre-mixed greens. The line almost goes up. It's really kind of neat. I find that kind of thing fun. Anyway, this smoothie today is really, really tasty. You can add the stevia if you want. I don't like that kind of stuff. I have a thing against processed sugar, even though you could argue that stevia comes from plants. There's still some processing in it. I've read some stuff that makes me go, so I don't like to add it. Fruit tastes good, yo. Today was pretty easy. I had no snacks this morning. Didn't need them. I wasn't even sure I needed a snack this afternoon, but I spent like an hour in the garden, and then I planned on going for a big walk with this guy, so I figured a boost in energy wouldn't hurt, and I was right. So I just had a hunk of cabbage, some carrots, and snap peas, and some peanuts, and that did the trick. Like today in total, with the smoothie and that snack, I had 700 calories, which is goddamn bonkers to me, and I'm totally good. Yeah, especially knowing how much weight I've shed. Like this is gonna be my go-to whenever I bump up, I think, or after the Christmas holidays and stuff like that. Crazy. Day 10, it's my last day. Weight is about the same as yesterday. It's up like 0.2, but I also haven't had a bowel movement, so I'm attributing it to that. And also I shed like 5.5 pounds the day before, so who gives a shit? I feel great. I stopped being tired, I realized, about halfway through the week too, and I didn't need as much sleep, or at least I wasn't like passing out around 10 o'clock at night every night. I was back to my usual tricks and able to stay up a bit later. Not that I shouldn't be getting a bit more sleep. I probably should be getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night, and I'm definitely going to be working on that as I move forward. But yeah, looking forward to the last day. Looking forward to easing back into somewhat regular eating, but with kind of a new approach to kind of portions and meal sizes. This is the final smoothie. It's just a kale, peach, and pineapple number. And I gotta say, it's the greenest of all the green smoothies so far. It's really nice. It didn't quite make 3 full cups, but that is a-okay. Last day, we can handle anything. It tastes pretty good too. I like it. Late morning, just a bit mildly peckish, so some pecans and snap peas for a snack. Last snack before my last smoothie. Having a little bit of just sliced apple with some cinnamon and almond butter. Delicious, simple, went for a big walk, and I'm a little peckish. Last green smoothie. Until I have one for breakfast tomorrow, I guess. I like this one. It's pretty tasty. It's a good one to go out on. Didn't quite make a whole big smoothie this time though, but that's okay. My appetite's less at night, so cheers. I will not miss this tea. Last cup. Day 11. So on the final day on the scale, I came in around 174.4, which is half a pound to a pound heavier, not quite, than my lowest weigh-in a couple days ago. However, my waist is half an inch less, so I've been losing fat somehow. I didn't lose any more weight, but I lost that. And to be honest, I didn't have any more weight to lose, really. It's like, I'm shocked that I lost as much as I did, really, on this whole diet. I was not expecting that. And so what I'm really curious about between now and when I check in with you guys in a few weeks, I'm gonna give it a month just to really see how I level out, is to see just kind of where I end up there, because I'm gonna try. I have this new kind of like eating mentality and plan in mind that I'll share with you in that video, because I'm gonna play and test with it, so I don't want to make anything concrete right here. And I just want to see if I can't keep into some kind of groove. I mean, if I gain back a few pounds, I expect that after all of this. But I'd love to stay in the 70s, I think, at the very least. I'd love to not drift back up into the 180s, but other than that, I'm just on a journey for life, you know? That's really it. There's no destination for me anymore. It's about playing and experimenting and discovering new things about my body, and that's what this cleanse was about seeing how my body would respond to it, and it responded beautifully. I'm not hungry. I feel full. I feel energized. It's really been an amazing thing for me so far. I really got a lot out of it, even if the weight goes back up. So yeah, so if you're doing this thing, or you're interested in doing it, so far I kind of recommend it. So come back in a couple weeks and check out my last part of this video, where I talk about what the last couple weeks have been after I finish this, and then anything I learned and what I'm doing now. Don't forget to subscribe, like. Let me know if you're doing a smoothie challenge down below and how you're doing. If you've done one, how was your progress? How did you do? Where are you doing these things from, or just watching from? Any questions you have about the experience that I didn't mention that I can include in the next video? Throw me a question down there. And subscribe. Thanks, Forkers.